All right, everybody, welcome back to the G1 League Qualifiers. We continue our run through what has been just a crazy day of games. We've gotten through 2 best-of-3s so far. A total of 8 teams will be qualifying for the G1 League for this particular phase, I should say. Let me start that one over. So, you're watching me on the summit. This is the G1 League Asian Qualifier, the Southeast Asian Qualifier, and out of this particular stage, 8 teams will qualify. We're down to 16, actually 17, since there are 2 teams you can see towards the bottom. They haven't played the round 1 match yet, Execration and Pride Gamers, but we basically are down to 16 teams, and we've started to play through the matches now. So we have 4 teams that have secured berths already into phase 2, where teams like LGD International, Team ABC, or MUFC as they're now known, and others have been invited to participate directly. From those 16 teams, we will cut down to 4. And then from those 4 teams, we add the 4 that qualified already by being at the finals in the last season of the G1 League. So then we have 8, and from those 8, we go down to 4 again. And then those 4 plus 2 North American European teams will be in the LAN finals for this season. So it's going to be the first ever tournament outside of the International 2 featuring teams from around the world. Unless you count LGDN, but I don't really, because they were already living in China practicing there. It's not quite the same, so... Well, maybe we'll have someone like Dendy at the G1 League. I mentioned that because he's in the chat right now. Hi, Dendy. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you here, and hopefully you'll enjoy the Southeast Asian Dota. But anyway, guys, it's MiTH Trust versus Neo.INA Esports Indonesia, one of many Neo.INA Esports teams, and yeah, it should be a blast. We'll have to see. The Indonesian squad has been pretty strong recently, I have to say. They have impressed me overall, and they go for a very interesting draft here. Aura stack. They've got Empower, they've got the Luna Aura, they've got the minus armor from Howl, or Wave of Terror rather, as well as the plus armor from the plus damage from Vengeance Aura and Inner Beast. So if they get to the mid game intact, their 5-man is going to be sick. This Luna will probably be hitting for like an extra 80% damage just based on the amount of additional auras and attack speed she has. Oh boy, chat's going a little crazy right now. But anyway, guys, with that all being said, let's see what MiTH Trust does to round out this lineup. So, of course, MiTH Trust, probably the most well-known team from Thailand. They competed in the International 1. They did not qualify last year, but hoping to get back to TI3. And it's been the same roster with the same style for almost 2 years now. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine other teams using the same style with the same roster for that long? It just doesn't happen in Dota anymore. But MiTH Trust, it's been pretty much the same core 5 the entire time. It's remarkable how long they've stayed together and how consistent they've been with their style and with their team. It's always been the 4 protect 1 for them, always with the kills on the hard carry, and always just basically building everything around him getting farm. So with all that being said, what are they going to do? It doesn't look like a 4 protect 1 lineup. They've got a Lifesteal and a Queen of Pain. Some good mobility around the map. They actually banned out the Storm on their own. Maybe they're thinking like a Nature's Prophet here. That would kind of explain the Storm ban. Obviously, he's a natural Orchid carrier, so he's not a bad counter to Lifesteal and Queen of Pain as a result. But I wonder what they have in mind. It is going to be the Lakel's Morphling again. Oh yeah, we saw this the other day. I was thinking, like, are they really not going to play a hard carry for Lakel's? But they are. They're just going to play 2 extra carries on top of it. So aggressive tri-lane, Lifestealer, Shadow Demon Lina, most likely. Could be a solo off-lane Lifestealer, but I imagine an aggressive tri-lane. Then Lakel's soloing as the Morphling, and then we're going to have probably a solo mid Queen of Pain for Abba. And gee, that appears to be the case. So, quickly, let's introduce the teams. MiTH Trust, your Thai challengers. They are playing the aggressive tri-lane. They are going to be, well, starting off... Oh, I thought this was game... is this game 2? Okay, I guess this is game 2. So MiTH is actually leading the series 1-0 in the best of 3. We'll see what happens. R5, handling that Lina. Shadow Demon being played by SD. Abba on his Queen of Pain, going mid. Lakel's on the Morphling. Last but not least, TNK on the Lifestealer. And over on the side of Neo.INA Indonesia, they're on the ropes now from the looks of it. They're down 1 game. They got to win this one to stay alive. Keep that dream going. Quan G on the mag. We have BD playing the Rubik. Sentries picked up. R9 on that Vengeful Spirit. Observers for him. X1 going to be on the Beastmaster. Early Magic Stick. Why would he get a Magic Stick? I guess he might be expecting to be laning against a tri-lane? I'm not really sure. Because there's nobody on MiTH that has a spammable spell aside from a Shadow Demon. A little bit of an unusual item. Either way, CL on the Luna. And that's going to round out our lineup for Neo.INA Indonesia. So with all that being said, looks like MiTH Trust is in position right now to probably take this series. They're going to be your heavy favorites. They are probably one of the top 5, maybe top 8 teams in Asia. I would say they're about at the same level right now as First Departure. So I'd probably put MUFC and Orange right above them if I was forced to do a power ranking. And then Zenith. When they're on form, Zenith I would put above them. But beyond that, I'd say MiTH Trust, First Departure. Those are sort of the next 2 teams where they're basically close but not quite there. It looks like we're ready to get back underway. MiTH Trust leading this best of 3, 1-0. Let's see if they can finish the job. Let's see if they can take home the prize. So, grouping up, heading towards the bottom lane. And on the Neo.INA side, they're going to be looking like they're defending their jungle. We may see some Beastmaster. I guess he's going off lane. I mean, he could just start in the jungle, though. We'll see. No, Mag's got the Stout Shield, so I'm actually not sure how they're laning this, to be totally honest. I really don't have an idea. I assume a tri-lane with the Luna and then the Beastmaster Mag is the solos, but the item selection's throwing me off because nobody's rushing a bottle. I don't know if I've seen a game where nobody's rushed a bottle in a very long time. Unless you run an Invoker as your mid. And say a jungler like an Enigma instead of an offlane. They're going to start with the Disruption on Quan Chi. 3 heroes bottom. Are they tri-laning with the Morphling? I guess they are. I think MiTH Trust is a little confused as well. They expected a Mag or Beastmaster to go top. That's why it's the Lifestealer here by himself. T and K, they said, you can handle that. You don't really need help. And Lifestealer can actually dominate other melees 1v1 with ease. Whereas for MiTH Trust, well, it's a tri-lane Morphling. A pretty level-dependent carry. He's hard to kill at the early levels. They normally pull the kills. You can see him sitting on some extra items right now.
Battle begins.
Been given the Tangos by SD, as well as the Salve. So a lot of extra items. But it's going to be almost impossible to find a kill for Neo.INA. Morphling and Shadow Demon, just a very strong defensive tri-lane. But does have some firepower. They can go aggressive, but in terms of their defensive capabilities, almost unparalleled. So Beastmaster's mid, and in the end it will be the Mag transitioning to the top lane. So I guess getting the Magic Stick for the Queen of Pain Shadow Strike, but it's not really that spammable of an ability. A little bit unusual to see. Normally you'd think a Stout Shield or just rush the bottle, but nothing too big. Don Juan playing that Beastmaster mid, and gonna be a hard matchup for him. You can go Inner Beast Star. Normally what Xiao 8 likes to do in this matchup is just get Inner Beast at level 1, get the Axes at level 2, and just constantly spam auto attacks, push the lane, take the fight to the enemy hero. But Queen of Pain is one of the few solos that it's hard to do that with, because when you're running up to her, you're slowed by Shadow Strike, you're taking a lot of damage. Boy, he could really use the Stout Shield right now, couldn't he? Really suffering from the lack. I love my Morphling. Good to see Lakel's back on his signature hero. He was the Morphling specialist at the International 1. Pretty much the only player, I think, to play it there. This was before Morphling just invaded Seattle, like the sea monster he is. On the top lane, it's going to be a Lifestealer just soloing versus a Mag. And in terms of CS, 7-3 on the Lifestealer, 2-0 on the Mag. So, Lifestealer having that dominant start, no Quelling Blade even, just TNK out-farming him so far, up to level 3. And it's a matchup that the Mag shouldn't die in, but at the same time, he'll do nothing to stop the Lifestealer's farm. So they're getting a carry farmed, and it's as a solo because of that Mag offlane. They're winning mid, about 8-1 to the 7-2 Beastmaster, but also chewing through all his regen. Bottom lane? Nope, not going to go. So then it comes down to the tri-lane, with MiTH Trust having a bit of a lead before we look at it. And here, Lakel's is 2-2, the Luna being played by CL, 5-2. So in terms of farm going better for him, they're not pulling, though. They haven't even attempted it. There is an Observer blocking the stacks. But I don't really think they can pull anyway. If anyone leaves this lane, MiTH is going in. They're going to start with the Disruption, follow up with the Light Strike Array. Morphling will wave over the top. And once they hit level 2 and they have Soul Catcher and the additional Dragon Slave, that's a kill. So Neo.INA, I guess they'll try to pull, but it's very dangerous to do so. Especially with a carry like Luna. An easily killed off carry. No escape mechanism, not that survivable. They see they're getting dewarded. MiTH want to challenge it, but Neo.INA will dodge away from that. Revenge looking for the pull. No smoke up on MiTH. Oh no. They're gonna get caught here. Morphling's in the lane. Lakel's is farming. The stun to start, but the light strike ready to counter that. Now oh, that's a lot of damage. First blood gonna go to Lakel's, I believe. It goes to SD. Good rotation from downtown, from long range. Morphling finishes the job. Now on to R9. Secondary waveform is here. This is gonna be 2 heroes dead. The tri-lane is in disarray. Uh-oh. Haster in top. Abba's gonna jack it. This might be a dead Beastmaster. Here's our Haster. Here's our Scream. Diving. This could be 2 lanes. Completely lost for the illusion off the bat, and they're already losing top. In fact, it should be. No, not going in. Has the blink Scream. Why you no go? Abba! Just plays it safe. Still, it's a victory. Beastmaster gonna be... Oh, now he's going in. Now he's going in, but now it's harder to get the kill. Oh, he's gonna get it. Now he dies. The other time he would have... No! No! Oh, that was close. But not enough in the end. He still gets the kill. The Ven just rotated off the lane. This is looking real good for MiTH. And remember, Lifestar's crushing his lane, so it looks like it might be an easy 2-0 victory for MiTH Trust. At least the way the game's starting right now. For anyone who's just tuning in, I also want to mention Orange is currently playing MUC for the GEST GMPGL qualifier, rather, for Malaysia, which feeds into the GST Dota 2 main event to be held at the end of this month. So if you want to watch an Orange vs MUC preview of the GST Challenge matchup they have later today, go check that out at Beyond the Summit 2. Luminous and Gods are casting that one. But as for me, I'm here, all by my lonesome, just casting some Southeast Asian Dota. The G1 League qualifiers. It's actually been quite a fun tournament, some really great games. The only thing I'm sad about is I didn't get to cast First Vietnam today. I hope they've advanced, because I really love that solo mid-wisp. One of the most fun things I've seen. That wisp was 14-2 and 16. You'll never see that again. Like, I don't think I'll ever see a solo mid-wisp who dominates that hard. Neolution roaming through their jungle. Oh no, I missed it! Abba unloads the ult, level 3 Scream, blink in, just kills that Beastmaster off, and now this lane is thoroughly lost.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Abba was already dominating the lane, but it only gets worse from here. And Luna's nowhere near level 6. Lakel's is farming, he's up to the boots, he's got the Ring of Basilius, turned it off so the lane won't push, and now just denying constantly, pulling the lane back to himself to counteract what the Rubik's doing here with his own pulls. Meaning that Luna, Rubik may get some farm, Luna ain't getting squat. CL gets nothing. You'll get nothing, sir. And now R5 is going to come into the jungle, look to steal these creeps. Up, up, up. Got him. Uh-oh. Here comes the backstab. Not going to go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So unfortunately, R9 doesn't seem to really have a plan for what he's going to do this game. They basically said, we can't try lane, let's just try and run some dual lanes and win those instead. But Abba is already level 7, and a Venge with no boots is just not going to be able to kill him. They have Roar.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But you need to start with the Roar and follow with the Magic Missile, and it's only level 1. It's a lower duration, it's much lower damage. TNK free farming, up to 2.6k. Does he have something on the courier? I imagine he probably has a bracer. No, nothing yet. Where's his gold? Oh, he's got the wand and the stout shield, that's what it is. So, they continue to pressure the bottom lane. Lakel's really out farming this Luna pick.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's the one issue with going for Vengeful Spirit is, I mentioned the R stack being sick, but you gotta get there first, and Venge does not offer much in the 3-on-3 tri-lane situation. Top lane, TNK, driving that mag back, forced back to the base for Quandary. And meanwhile, bottom lane, the rotation comes in, they have that roar. They don't want to blow it on SD. Maybe they can roar too. The axes will chop his head off. Nicely done, decapitated by Don Swan. Now waving out his Lakel's. They could roar, but he's got Morph. Yeah, buddy. That Morph is strong. But they do get on the board. At least they slow down the progress of the tri-lane. But all the while, Abba free farming. TNK free farming. And even Lakel is getting some decent CS. That was 4 heroes to the bottom lane, and all they got was a Shadow Demon. Anything is something for this team right now, but isn't really enough. There's your Light Strike Array combo coming up, but Beastmaster got to kill middle, Queen of Pain while this is happening, so at least they get something. Waveform's cooling down. Stick charge is applied. Now the dive will come. There is a salve, though, but he's taking Shadow Poison damage. He can't salve up. He's just dead. No way out. No way. No how. Now man fighting under the tower. Out of mana to actually morph. Dies to the Lucent Beam. That morph is expensive nowadays, so... I didn't catch what happened mid, obviously, but it looks like it was... Oh, it was an RP and a Roar. So they used 2 ultimates to kill off the Queen of Pain. That's expensive, but that's what you have to do when Queen of Pain is that kind of start. And SD will die here. Runs into a hasted Beastmaster. And the thing is, it's the 8-minute mark. He was just going to ward. He was going to prevent this. Oh, what? What? No, Don Juan's got... He's found him. He's dead. For a second, I thought he didn't see that. I was going to say, sickest juke. Woe Dota, but no Woe Dota for you. A comfortable lead for MiTH Trust now. Actually, not as bad as I thought. It's only a 2k gold lead, but they have a really greedy lineup. I mean, a lot of late-game carries, a lot of split push. There's Roar. No, not gonna go. I think he got fogged. Yeah, he got fogged right as Queen of Pain walked up the hill. Couldn't actually unleash the Roar. Looking for the tower dive bottom. CL could be disrupted here. Soul Catcher to follow. Does she have Eclipse? She is level 7. No Eclipse for you. Down he'll go. Now a 3-hero telekinesis stun, but the poison there. Lakel's may wave if he can hit this wave. Nope, he's not gonna go. But they get another kill on the Luna. 1 and 2 for her. Just not getting much out of the lane right now. TNK, Drum's coming soon, and we could see him start to get active in the fights. Mag's RP is back online, the Roar's back online, and they're going to go again. This time towards the top lane. They've killed off the Queen of Pain. Now they want to go punish the Lifestealer. He's just got his drums. Buy your drums. Buy your drums. Uh-oh. Gets RP'd. Now to be roared. Held in place. Running. Running. Trying to live. No. Oh. R9. R9 takes the wrong path, and the gank will fail. Now the backstab from Abba. There's a magic missile here. He'll be stunned. That inner B-star does some extra damage, but it's not quite enough. Back comes the Lifestar into the fight. Abba will fall, but R9 likely to as well. And while that happens, TNK is cleaning house. Queen of Pain will die, but it's for a worthy cause, and TNK is on the run. Don Juan, not gonna be enough. Rubik TP's in as well. So now they've devoted 4 heroes to this top lane, just essentially to kill the Queen of Pain. Luna abandons bottom, so Lakel's is going to get a free farm lane, and if you're the supports of MiTH, they're expecting someone to come defend, but Neo.INA is not defending this. They should be looking to smoke towards mid, and I think that's what we're going to see them do right now. Yeah, here we go. They want to kill this Luna yet again. This is some hate, man. This is some serious hate.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Waiting for this Mag to TP in. He doesn't have RP still. Skewered back into the Luna. No Eclipse just yet. And then R5 struts in. Throws out the nukes. Queen of Pain is here over the top. Abba delivering the big blows. BD dies as well. Double for Abba. Wants some more. Scream to fly. The stun from low ground to high ground. Beautifully done by R5. Another Laguna. Additional damage. And Abba likely to fall as well. Scream again. How many screams does he have? This Queen of Pain has the lungs of steel.
Is under attack.
Just keeps on yelling. The longest scream you'll ever hear. I mean, she's seriously... Oh, no. Oh, wait. That's Lifestealer. Gets the tower deny on top of it. Drum's now up on the Lifestealer. Nothing really going in the way of Neo.INA. Now down by over 4k gold, over 4k experience. Getting pretty much hammered. And Lakel's is doing what he does best, which is ignore the team and go farm. And now he's the second most farmed here on the map. Quanji heads towards the top lane. Oh, and I didn't even mention, Morphling is actually a great partner for Lifestealer. Waveform is a really nice way to initiate, because it gives you a big AoE nuke, and you combo that with Infest, and that does a solid amount of burst damage across the board. 275 plus, what is it, 300? 325? So 600 AoE magic damage before reduction. Plus some auto attacks. You can easily burst heroes down. So it's a nice vehicle. And unlike the Queen of Pain, you're not quite as vulnerable. Because if you wave in, you still have your strength morph. So you're actually quite durable compared to a hero like Queen of Pain or even potentially a Storm, where one stun, you're just dead in a lot of cases. But in this case, should be okay. So they smoke up. They head towards bottom. Not going to find anyone yet, but searching it out. Pressure mid. Roar is there, but the Rage was already deployed. He's got Infest if he needs to. He has nothing to infest inside of. Magic Missile is going to be there. Now the lift back up, throws him into the Eclipse. They really want that Lifesteal dead. They'll get him. Oh no, he infested. Oh no, he actually infested. I just assumed he was dead. Oh, the moment of confusion. That moment. And then the Skewer catches the Queen of Pain, just sucks in the Lina. 2 heroes to fall. Neo.INA strikes back. They get 3. It costs them 5 heroes time, but they still get 3, and now they want more. They want this SD. Shockwave is there. Lucent Beam as well. Ghoul axes in a second. Go to Roche SD. Deny yourself, my friend. No chance. He'll die. That's okay. The MiTH Trust motto. In Lakells we trust. In Lakells we trust. But that'll start to equalize things a bit. The gold graph tips around. They used all their ults there, but they got a bunch of key kills. 4 kills in the end. Totally worth it. And now Luna's just going to buy whatever the hell she can afford. R9, you're playing with fire, my friend. These two are not going to be that scary to a Morphling. He doesn't care, but tower's denied. Now going to start morphing heavily to agility. Actually going to wave on in. Has that replicate. Magic Missile to follow him all the way back. And stuns him too. Oh, man. You're only invulnerable while you're waving, but it will still follow you. Up onto the high ground they go. There's your poison. Just scouting him out. Need this light strike array to hit. Not going to get in range. They'll back off. Quan Chi getting closer to his blink. And now Lakel's going back for... Well, not going back, but going for a signature item on Morphling. And pretty much what you have to build on Morphling nowadays in competitive games. Especially this game, which is going to be that Lincoln Sphere. He really needs the mana. The new Morph with 30 mana per second, that's a 50% increase over what it used to be, when it was 20 per second. And it really adds up. You morph for 10 seconds, that's an extra 100 mana down the drain. And for a hero like Morphling, that's 25% of his mana pool. So if you micro your treads, maybe it's more like 20% or even 15, but it's still a big hunk of change. It'll be nice this game, though, because he's up against Roar, he's up against the Rubik Lift, all these initiating stunts. If he can block one, he should have time to replicate out, to basically waveform away, or do whatever he needs to do to escape. Now MiTH gonna TP out. Realize that there's a little bit of pressure here. All the while TNK farming up, going for the armlet, has the Helm of Iron Will, just delivered to him. Actually has almost all the armlet. Not really that fast, because he went drums, he died earlier. Now the Roar into TNK. Trapped under the tower, lifted up, skewered in, RP, not gonna be there. No, he infests inside the creep! Oh, what a play! TNK infests inside the Beastmaster. Boar said, does he even realize? Send it back to base. Okay, he realizes. No rage before TP. No skewer. Skewer was going down, but no Rubik Lift. Just out of range. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if Don Juan actually realized for a second there. And Queen of Pain has her... No, Beastmaster has his Aghanims. This is arguably the best Aghanims upgrade in the game. Night Stalker Aghanims really freaking strong as well. I would say they're the two best. Just such an incredible ult. And the thing is, it's really low cooldown. 45 seconds with the Aghs. And the range? Look at the range. It's almost the entire screen in range. I'm not sure if this or Global Map Pack is better. Abba could be in trouble. Here comes that long-range Roar. Watch the range. Watch the range. Oh, Rubik, lift to start. They've got the Roar to follow. I don't know if they have the damage, though. Blink was stolen. That's not really what they want. Abba gonna blink into the trees, TP on out. Blinking forward is Rubik. Nothing is there. This poor Venge. She needs a scooter, man. Like, she needs a car. Give her some wheels, because she lacks the mobility.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
We need to do a Kickstarter for this Venge. That's for damn sure. Up to 2.4k, so Lakel's pretty much going to have that Lincoln Sphere now. Oh, Abba sees an opening here. Mag's going to skewer away. He can bait out an RP, and he knows where the rest of the enemy team is. He saw them rotating towards the bottom. Still chasing, though. Drops the ult. Needs the scream. RP! Did he actually cast that? I think he canceled it. He did. But Abba pays with his life. Oh, Lifestealer man's up. He's going to have to infest something. That boar's too close. He's going to pop inside it. Again, he does. He pops back out. The Magician TNK. Now the Laguna Blade. R9 to drop in a matter of seconds. The additional damage is there. Down he goes, and Lakel's is still farming. They're still 4v5ing and getting free farm on their carry. This is a recipe for disaster if you're Neolution.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They have all these individual lockdown stuns, but the issue is that the Morphling, or rather the Nyx, is so strong in the 4v5 team fights that they can actually break even or even win those fights. And also having a hero like Queen of Pain out a good start. By winning both of those solo lanes, Lakel's can then just transition into this hard farming role, even though he started in a tri-lane. If it was some other squishy carry, it wouldn't be the case. In that case, Neolution could actually just wipe you repeatedly. 4 heroes with RP, Roar, all these stuns, all these auras, which Venge is maxing now, going back for the Vengeance Sorrow. Lunar Blessing hasn't been maxed. Oh, I don't like this. Didn't have a chance to look at the skill builds before now, but this to me is a big mistake. You have an aura stack lineup. Your Beastmaster's taking 3 points to Inner Beast. You want to actually max the auras. Waving in his Lakel's. He's going to replicate back. Oh, he got greedy. He didn't replicate out. He might pay with his life. The blink that was stolen. Now roared. Out of mana. Gonna die. Magic Missile as well. Lakel's had the replicate. He wanted that one extra creep. And he pays with his life. That is some really greedy play from him. Silly Lakel's. Lakel's Dota. He's normally very patient. It's just a rare moment where Lakel's is just sloppy. Patient to the point of being infuriating. Like, if you watch Lakel's, he'll often just be farming until he has a good 2 items more than you really think he needs to win the game, but gets picked off there and it costs him. BKB coming for the Queen of Pain. A big item for her. I'm just mesmerized by this Magnus galloping around the map. Just the sound, the rhythm. No, I'm not drunk. I'm just bored. The game is definitely slowed down a lot. MiTH Trust playing for the long haul. They want to win this game. They want to advance to a clean 2-0 sweep. They don't want to have that chance of being eliminated, which right now, even if they lose this game, they still have a shot. So, end the game now is what they're saying. They have the Basher up on TNK. Basher for him, BKB for the Queen of Pain, and the Morphling lick the Lincolns. They're getting the big items out for the core carries. Despite dying occasionally. They're not playing perfectly, but just abusing their lead and their split push potential to pull ahead. Abba, though, will die mid. They'll get picked off. Don Juan is playing very well this game, I must say. He had some help from the Mag. Remember when the Mag rotated in from the top lane, ganked mid, they picked up the kill on the Queen of Pain, but Don Juan has played it back in spades since then. Oh, we're going to see an engagement at the Roche Pit. TNK pops out. Hello. Goodbye. Gem on the deck. Picked up by R5, R5. 2 heroes dead in a matter of seconds from 100 to 0, just like that. And now Lakel's going to clear out the mid wave. A few more creeps, and then he'll head Roche. Without Roar, they really can't deal with the Lifestealer. In theory, they have RP, but Quan G is just now getting his Blink Dagger 22 minutes in. He has really struggled. The farm isn't there. Luna, only level 13. The level's not that bad. The CS, a bit to be desired. Only 100 at 22 minutes, less than 5. And Abba wants to go top. He's got a BKB. Oh, he doesn't pop it first. Abba?
Is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
What the hell was that? Man, I'm seeing some weird Dota today. Like, you guys are seeing this, right? I'm not imagining these plays? Why would you not BKB first? I'm confused. Well, SD's gonna die mid. He'll get picked off. I don't mean to flame, I'm just confused. What's going on? He was in Viz. He's like, I'm gonna fight this, but maybe there was some team miscommunication. But if you're gonna fight that, you should just pop your BKB. Oh well, maybe he pressed the wrong button. Maybe he's drunk. Neo.INA, despite being significantly behind on gold and experience, they're not really out of this game because of the aura stack, the plus damage abilities, and they're going to find TNK, who gets roared, who gets picked off. He'll drop as well. That's 3 heroes basically throwing away their lives for naught. Now Lakel's comes in. Everybody's here. Buyback from Leicester wants to rejoin the fight. Big Dagger picked up by the Lina as well. Everybody on MiTH frantically scurrying over, but they won't even find anything in the end. They're on the hunt. They get nothing. And Neo.INA is just going to scoot on out of there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're looking to get aggressive now. They have the Basher up on TNK. They haven't really taken advantage of this next set of items to actually take a fight, to force the issue at all. Just been farming. But with the full aura stack, Neo.INA don't actually need that many items to hit like a truck. She's going to have Inner Beast, the additional damage from Vengeance Aura. We'll see what she gets up to. It'll be well over 200. And then you're looking at additional attack speed as well as empower damage as well when that's on the Luna. The Luna's going to hit very hard. If she even gets something like a Manta style, it may be enough to outcarry these heroes with a good RP, a good roar. Lakel's continues to farm, has that next ultimate orb up. We'll see what he goes for. Maybe a Manta style, but in a game like this, there's a lot of AoE, so I don't know how much the illusions are going to do. It's a nice splish pushing item, but there's no silences to remove. There's nothing that you really need to debuff badly. They're going to go in mid. They start, for once the Beastmaster has become the initiated. RP catches everyone, but the BKBs are out, so Abba's not dropping fast. Lakel's is not, or TNK is not either. The fight just gets crazy, and Quan Chi eats a lot of damage. He'll cop a fall, and now the Eclipse comes out. Will it be enough? CL trying to man up, but he doesn't have the R's backing him up anymore. A single bash from TNK will spell his doom. Waving over the top onto Don Juan, who's on the run. The Lucid Beam is here. The Aegis is as well. He's going to pop. He'll come back to life after these messages. Look to go again. And now the open wounds of Rubik. Waving over the top onto him. BD will melt. Explodes. Pops him. And then backs off. MiTH takes a good fight, but then they just go back to farming. Just a nice RP, but with the magic immunity for the Queen of Pain and the Nakes, this is what I was talking about with the gank earlier top, is they have a decent amount of physical damage, but only when all the Rs are there. And a lot of these heroes that carry the Rs are pretty squishy. The Luna's going to live for a while, but the Venge... Oh, the fight breaks out mid. Roar on an illusion. That was an illusion. But it's only a 45-second cooldown, so it's no big deal. But that's what would have happened top if the Queen of Pain and popped her BKB, is there's just not that much physical damage yet Once the Luna gets a few more items, if they can keep all the R's up, then they can chew through those BKB raged heroes and actually bring them down quickly. But instead, Queen of Pain and Lifestealer were pretty much fine for the majority of that fight.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They just infested next to creeps. They'll get RP'd for their trouble. Abba popping back out, but they know he's here. BKB for the Queen of Pain, but that Lifestealer just exploded. Oh man, his rage was cooling down. That's why he just melted. Eats the stun, skewered back in, and just melts. When he doesn't have the magic immunity, he will die in a matter of seconds. Waving on over the top is Lakel's. Now the blink in. Laguna from long range. They're going to purge Don Juan. He's got another roar. He always has these roars, but Lakel's still alive, still pretty healthy. Laguna stolen by the Rubik. Not going to be enough. Another wave over the top. The Mag tries to skewer north. He'll get caught. He'll probably drop here, but Abbas jumped in. Most likely going to die. Just an absolute chaotic team fight. Venge to fall next. They're not fighting with the Luna. Imagine if they had her here. But she does get a tier 2 top. They trade a gem away as well, so an additional 1,400 gold. An economic swing from that fight. 700 loss for Neolution Indonesia, 700 gains for MiTH. The Yasha out in CL. Man, if he had any items at this point in the game, this would be so much easier for them. His farm isn't bad compared to the opponents, but a Luna at this point in the game generally has a lot more. You'd expect to see the Manta style complete with a safe lane Luna, but just so much pressure this game. Really all over the map. I'm not sure what MiTH does from here. It seems like it's getting harder for them to take the fights, and we're starting to see the full R stack come in, and also the fact that the fights aren't really... they're not being initiated well for MiTH, because they don't have an obvious initiator. They don't have a Beastmaster or a Mag. They have all these heroes who are just great at finding pickoffs, these strong split-pushing carries, but who actually jumps in and starts the fight? Lifestealer's not that tanky right now. Armlet and Drums is nice, but... he's still going to die to 3 or 4 heroes if he gets roared or if he gets RP'd. They don't really have the stronger team fight, so MiTH, they really need to win this by split pushing and finding the pickoffs, but doing that is hard. It's hard because that Beastmaster Hawk is just scouting everything out. He's been pretty active with it all game. We see it again now. It's actually going to spot the infested Queen of Pain. And will they back off, or will they look to maybe fight this one? They have a Force Staff soon on the Mag. Venge now starting to tank up a bit. Has the treads, has the bracer. Still pretty squishy, all things considered, though. Oh, here we go, top lane. Lakel's has the Manta style up, so he's going for that additional split push. He'll replicate out to the bottom lane. Looks like they're waiting for the next Roche. It's going to be hard to take a fight at Roche this time, though. Luna's going to have her Manta, most likely. Beastmaster obviously has the Force Staff Ag, so... and as well as a maxed out Inner Beast. The R stack will be stronger. The chances of landing a big RP are going to be higher. And of course the Hawk's going to be on the move. Force Staff in, but Lakel's will simply just wave away. He'll be okay. Something worth mentioning is that Force Staff can be used to remove Lincoln Sphere. So getting a lot of Force Staffs not only will allow your team to be more mobile, but it can make Lakel's Lincoln's relatively irrelevant. Relatively irrelevant, yeah. That's right. You heard it. But it's true. You can just Force Staff him, then immediately cast Roar, and you can actually lock him down quite easily. It used to be you could use things like Medallion and Urn for that, and they would proc Lincoln's, but Lincoln's got a buff. They removed that feature, and while I still think it's a very situational item, it's a lot stronger now than it used to be. It used to be essentially worthless in Dota. Lakel's is going to go in on this Luna, but really can't get the kill. She'll TP back to the base. She's almost got her Manta, but he did stop her from finishing it. So CL's going to have to wait a bit longer. Roche is coming. He actually may not have it. He may get it just when the Roche fight starts. But if it's actually delivered, remains to be seen. The item progression for MiTH has slowed down on a lot of these heroes, though. Queen of Pain, no sight device. Abba had such a good start, but has not really accelerated since then. Oh, diving. CL has a BKB. He cannot dive this. Abba! Oh boy. He may die. There's a backstab. There's going to be a mag. Blinks in, RPs him. Now the skewer to follow. They have the lift if they need it. No, lift's a creep because Queen of Pain actually BKB'd. Nicely played. And now they're going to go rush. That actually worked out beautifully. I don't know if that was intentional by Abba, but if it was, if that was his plan, then that was a really smart play. I don't know if he could have anticipated the RP being blown like that, though. That's something you can't really count on. But he does have this observer here. I believe he did see the mag running in. You have this little bit of vision right here. How many more items will Lakelz need? That's sort of the question right now. Can he farm his way to victory this game? He's got some backup, but when it gets late enough, it's really going to come down to the Morphling. He's the most elusive carry on this team. He's the one who's got sort of the sustained damage output throughout the team fights. Whereas Lifestealer, he's just got the rage to work with, and once that's down, he's not going to be doing too much. The Morphling can keep on waving, keep on auto-attacking, changing his agility as he needs. He's less of the burst damage. I don't know if they can easily burst Luna. Not because they can't kill her, but because the counter initiation if you go on the Luna is so strong. Because they have RP, they have the Beastmaster Roar, of course, and a lot of ways to basically say, you try to go on our Luna, too bad. We turn the fight around and we kill you. Now 34 minutes in and feeling like this game could go for a while. Abba, no sight device yet. Now Rubik looking for a lift from the high ground to the low ground. Not going to find it. CL comes in. We might have a fight. We might not. MiTH, make up your mind. Looks like they want to back, but the 4-staff roar is going to catch TNK. He can invest inside this Hawk. Lina blinks in. RP is there, swapping the Lina away. The RP was stole. I don't know if it's going to be enough in the end. TNK is going down. TNK will melt, explode very easily. I thought the RP was stolen, but they're actually on the same team. He just canceled it and then cast it again. And now he'll go back to the base. But meanwhile, Lakelz is doing what he does best, which is breaking the base while you're busy trying to fight. He's got Aegis. He's got a Luna Replicate at his side. That's giving him a lot of plus damage. This Rax is dropping quickly. Is going to waveform out, try to escape. Now the shockwaves to fly. Remember, he's got Aegis, but he doesn't want to... If he loses it once, he may lose it twice. There's a roar. He just gets up. 4-step forward. Don Juan is not done. He keeps on getting fogged. The backup is going to arrive, and in the end, I think he will have to back. Oh, they're still chasing. They still want to go. They have more blinks. They have more 4-staffs. They don't have RP, though. But they double force. Just force wars. It's not the Clone Wars. It's the Force Wars. And Lakelz wants to go back in. The team's coming. Queen of Pain is coming from the side, looking for the backstab. Can they burst her down? Doesn't look like it. The Queen of Pain ultimate that was stolen by BD, used against them now. Now the Laguna on Lakelz, still fighting, still sustaining. Through it all, Queen of Pain jumps forward. Abba wants to go, trying to find Quan Chi, who keeps on juking. A little bit short on the blink there. That might cost him, but an additional skewer just gets over the cliff. I think that'll be enough. He should get back safely. But they still lost 3. Maybe not. Abba's still chasing. Just gets in range for the Shadow Strike. Now the auto attacks to fly. Buyback forced out. He wants this kill. He shoots. He scores. But can he get out now? That's the question. He's roared, and I don't think he can. He should fall.
Your queen.
But they force out the buyback. Queen of Pain can buy back. Lakelz breaches the base. They want to try and get lanes of Rex now. The RP cooling down. The mag is dead. Looks like he can't buy back. Yep, buyback's still on cooldown. So they're going to bring this tower down, potentially? Nope, not yet. Actually forced back. TNK is not with them either. He's pushing top, which is going to limit their ability to fully breach the base.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, suddenly Eye of Skady for Lakelz, and Luna is sad. Purged, and then slowed some more. But basically, it was moving like 3 MS there, and easily brought down. You can't really go farming by yourself now. That's the one thing MiTH is going to be great at throughout the game, is just finding easy pickoffs on anybody who's isolated. So Lakelz continues to keep the bottom lane pushed in. TNK's parked mid. They do have that roar with an Aghanim, so they can just go on anyone if they can start with the roar. They have double force staff to get him in closely for the long-range initiation, but Lakelz sees a couple heroes mid, immediately goes on bottom. He's going to start mauling away on the tower, taking it down quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Abba parked in one lane, TNK in another, gets the tower. Slowly but surely, they're being chipped away. They're eroding the defenses of this base. They're not committing just yet. They may not commit at all. Because really, if you do group up, then you're asking for a 3-4 hero RP. And they're going to start with trying to remove that link. It's now the force staff in, the skewer back. Lucky he didn't RP because he wasn't going to hit the Morphling there. It was waving on out. Now they're going to go back towards mid, and Lakelz is going to come back in bottom. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain already breached the Rex at the top lane. Is going to finish the job there. Cleans up that range Rex. It'll fall. And now in the mid lane, Lina blinks away after getting swapped on in. And now it's just an army of Luna illusions fighting it out, duking it out as they were disrupted. And one by one, the Rex are getting chipped away. Lakelz is going to leave. The Magician escapes into the back lines, kills off the Ribbit, gets skewered into the tower, has the Aegis, but may die twice. They have RP. They might be able to kill him off if the Fountain's hitting him. Oh wait, did the Aegis just expire? I think it just expired in the middle of that fight. It was getting very close to doing so. That's really unfortunate. Now the RP from Quan Chi will fly, but it only catches a Lifestealer who's pretty much impossible to kill, and 4 heroes going to drop. MiTH Trust, they're overwhelming Neolution Indonesia. They are going to take this series in a clean 2-0 sweep when it's all said and done. Impressive play from them. There's your Abyssal, actually your Bash, and Quan Chi likely to fall here. He'll skewer back into the Fountain. Wow, that was like the worst possible time for the Roshan to reclaim the Aegis, but just does it in the nick of time. Lakelz was probably not happy, but it's okay. It's 5 Morphlings descending on your base, killing your family, killing your friends, killing your Magnus as well, who's now taking tons of slows, tons of damage. Down he goes. Lakelz, another one bites the dust. Morphling is on the move. Morphzilla. Neolution is not left yet, but the end is here. Their run ends now. They'll start the disconnects. It was a valiant effort, I gotta say. Just too much of an early game advantage. The 2 solos just got absolutely hammered. And losing the tri-lane, somewhat understandable, but losing those 2 solos like that, that really hurt them. It wasn't really lanes that they could dominate, but they probably could have at least gotten closer to breaking even than what they did, and unable to do so, they'll pay. 38-28 the final score, but it was really a vicious smackdown. MiTH Trust take it. They take 41 minutes. They normally take longer, but when they end the game, they end it in style. They'll end it with lots of farm on all 3 of their carries. 22k net worth for Lakelz. That's going to be a wrap, guys. The G1 League qualifiers not done yet, but getting closer to ending them, getting closer to that phase 2. We've got a few more matches coming up. I, of course, am LD. If you enjoy my casting, be sure to follow me. Twitter.com/LDDota. Stay tuned. More G1 League action. If you're watching this on Twitch TV, you should be watching on the G1 League website to support them. That's g1.2p.com. The stream is available there along with the chat. But either way, thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure and an honor to have all you guys here. I hope you'll stay with me the rest of the day. We have more action coming up later, including the We Play Dota 2 League featuring Navi, ESM+4, and many others. But before we get there, we've got to finish with the G1 League qualifiers, so stay tuned for that.